What's good, baby girl? The content is getting more savage. Every every week I keep growing so I can share more knowledge with you guys, and it's my pleasure because I have no filter. And if it can help some of you guys, then good. So this video, it's for both men and women, even though like my content is more towards men. But women can always learn at the same time. And I do coach women as well too. So, like the stuff I talk about, human psychology and even dating, it applies to both sides, but it's definitely more for men. It's how to properly gym and date. Because that's something that can be very complicated for men, especially today in 2026. A lot of guys, well, just in general, they're lost with dating, but gym and dating could be even more complex because if you don't know how to navigate that, you'll just burn yourself and you'll get yourself into awkward situations. But like I like to say, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. If you act as if it's nothing, then yeah, it's nothing. People are gonna move on to something else. But yeah, like a lot of guys, especially guys that go to the gym, like myself, a lot of guys are gonna be like, well, I want to be with a girl that goes to the gym as well, which kind of makes sense because it's something that's very important in your lifestyle, with your lifestyle. So you do want to be with someone that understands you and that you can share your passion with in some form. It doesn't have to be that you two do the same thing, but you get the idea. Most guys want a gym girl, and there's also the whole side of because they want a woman with a beautiful body and she's hot and stuff. But that's that stuff, it's more when you're a guy that still is stuck in lust. Because as you get over lust, obviously you want a woman that's beautiful and that you're attracted to. Always, it doesn't change. But you kind of you get over the whole oh yeah, she's the woman, she's the lady with the biggest booty in the gym, I want her. It's like, no, actually, often the woman that's the most fit in the gym, not to say all of them, but most of the time she's the most insecure one, and she's the one with the most amount of drama and baggage that you don't want to deal with. And I can tell you, because even myself, who used to be, it's funny I'm saying I used to be, I still am. I'm probably the most athletic guy in whatever gym I go to because I'm so versatile. I'm like the most flexible around. Pound per pound, I can do crazy stuff, whether it's calisthenics or even powerlifting, and it keeps rising now. Even though as I'm speaking now, I'm not even at my peak strength physically that I was in 2023. But if I compare my mental strength, no comparison. I blow out completely the version of me in 2023. You can't even compare. But it's to say that I was that back then in 2023 when people were like, oh my God, you're like a god. And even now people say that to me. Well, I can tell you that there was a time where, yes, I looked like a god. I was the most fit in the gym, or the most athletic, or whatever. We could say the most badass, but I was insecure as fuck with a lot of baggage inside of me. So it's just to tell you that most likely, if you stumble upon a person that looks like the most amazing in the gym and that they're just perfect, it's a cover up most of the time. They're compensating for insecurities. Maybe they don't think they're good enough. Maybe they're trying to prove themselves to other people. It's a bunch of things. That's why you got to watch out for those super athletes often. Me, I'm an exception though, and that's why I can talk about it, is I did the work to still feel good if I dissociate myself from the fact that I'm good in powerlifting, calisthenics, that I do acrobatics, that I'm super flexible, and other things that I can do. I was able to dissociate myself from that because I've done the work on myself. So I'm able to be confident without, for example, needing to brag to people that I meet. Let's say I meet somebody new I'm not gonna, like, if anything, they're the ones that are gonna find out, oh shit, I found out that you could do this and that. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I do this and that, I can do that. I don't try to prove myself anymore. Like, that stuff, like, yes, on social media, I'll project things, but that's because it's for my business and I show that I'm competent in certain things. But in everyday real life, I don't feel the need to like to show like all these crazy things that I can do. It's like, no, you should be able to attract people into your life just by being able to communicate properly and like being able to vibe as who you are with your own identity. Because I can tell you, the moment you start talking about all the stuff you got or all the stuff you can do, it looks like you're a tryhard right away. Me, that has passed that, when somebody, I can see right away the tryhards, and it's a big turnoff. Like, I get really bored with someone that's like just trying to like impress me with what they can do. It's like, I didn't ask you. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, gym and dating can be complicated for guys. So and even women, but obviously the video is more directed for men. So the thing is, the first thing I'm gonna tell you in regards to dating in the gym is, think of it like when you were in high school. That's the first thing I'm gonna say, and it goes against kind of like the title of my video, which is how to properly gym and date. Is that the first thing, you actually don't want to date someone from the gym. And when I say you don't want to date someone from the gym, I'm playing with words. What I'm trying to say is, you want to avoid dating someone from your gym. But it doesn't mean you cannot date a gym girl or a gym guy or whatever. A gym person. You can definitely meet a person and like they're into fitness as well. Or they don't have to go to the gym. They could maybe do rock climbing, ice skating. I don't know. Like, they're physically active, but they don't necessarily go to the gym like you. And definitely they don't go to the same gym as you. That's what I mean. Don't aim for someone that goes to your gym. I understand in your brain you're like, oh yeah, but I want to meet her in my gym like that. Like, you know, I'll see her more often and stuff. Okay, well, that's the thing. You see, when you're in high school, I remember myself, most couples that formed within the school, they didn't last. The couples that would last the longest were the couples that the boyfriend or the girlfriend was in another school. And then sometimes after school, when the school was done and it was the weekend, the boyfriend would come over and the girl would be so excited to see him, or like vice versa or whatever. But most couples that were within the same school, they didn't last very long. Not to say all of them are like that, but there's a tendency. Why? Because of the familiarity. It's too familiar. It's too easy to fall in the friend zone. And I'm going to talk about I invented my own term. It's like the gym friend zone. And you guys are going to probably laugh at that one. But yes, so that's the thing. So you got to think of it like that. If you go to the same gym as the lady that you're interested in, what will happen is that there's a big chance that you guys will become gym buddies. And yes, you might like fantasize, hope that one day you two would go beyond just like working out together, or like seeing each other at the gym, but it won't go further than that. So that's what I'm telling you. The first thing you want to aim for is just meet somebody outside of the gym. Meet someone outside of the gym. It doesn't have to be like someone that goes to your gym directly. Okay? And I'll give you the corrections in case this happens, okay? But you just say it doesn't have to be someone from your gym. And the thing is, and I'll give you a little bonus right here. You do realize that if you meet a woman and she's awesome, she's into you, she's curious about you, she loves your world, but she's not really into the gym that much, but she tells you that she would love to get into the gym. Because one thing I can tell you, out of all the different activities that somebody can do in their life, when it's related to your health and it improves your health, a woman that embarks in that journey with you, she will get addicted to it. At first, unless she really doesn't like it, which is possible, well then I guess you already know you probably won't want to like be with that lady, because if fitness is very important for you, you'll want a lady that does fitness. Like me, that's a non-negotiable. She has to be into fitness, or at least be active in some form or some way, where like, you know, I see that like she's evolving, she's growing, she's developing herself physically as well. I need that. That's how I am, and that won't change. But the thing is, just to say that like you can transform a lady. Yes, you can pull out the lyric, I can transform ya. Yes. It doesn't have to be a girl that's already fit. You can meet a lady and she'll follow your program, you'll show her how to train, and you'll build that booty. Yeah. that's my fuckboy side. Yo, I'm a savage. I can go left and right. You know, I can be super straight and I can fuck around. Like, I'm like that. You never know what to expect with me. But the thing is that, yeah, and I'll be honest with you. There's actually, you know, it's always how you see it. It's always about seeing the bright side of things. But I'll tell you personally, there's a bigger pride on building that booty and being that's my booty versus you meet a girl that already has it done. You see what I'm saying? Like, you'll feel proud. You build that shit, you know, and she'll be proud too. She'll be like, oh, it's thanks to him, you know. So trust me, it's actually cool to meet a lady that wasn't that much into the gym, or maybe like fell off and you brought her back into it, and then she builds herself. You're like, damn, that's my work. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, but you got to be patient. That's the thing. If you're one of those guys that likes things that are too fast and you're impatient, you'll never develop that that connection with a lady where it's like, you know, you're training her and she grows over time and you guys get closer at the same time, and eventually she becomes like a super fit woman. But it was through time. You transformed her. But you see a lot of guys know they want the finished product, you know. But the thing is, like I said in the beginning of the video, oftentimes that super fit lady that you see, even if she's single, she's a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Not a lot of them are sane mentally and actually like are grounded enough. Their ego are usually super high. You don't want to deal with women like that normally. But if you build her, yeah. Because, you know, she was there gradually throughout the process. You know, so it's not like a woman that like went through a lot of bullshit and then like, you know, she's just pulling you down. So that's for the first thing I'm gonna say. It's like, just date someone outside of the gym world. It doesn't have to be a woman that's like necessarily in the gym and specifically in your gym. Now, if she is in your gym, okay, and I don't know, like you guys do connect and it's possible you'll meet someone in your gym and you two really have a big attraction from one another. My advice for you, have at least 2 gym memberships. The moment you connect with that lady, switch gyms, my friend. Do not, and when I say switch gym, like, look, I'm exaggerating. I'm not saying never show up to that gym where you met her. But let's just say, look, unless you really have no choice because work schedule or you have a specific plan and you have no choice to go at the same time every day at that gym, do your best to switch with the other gym and reduce your visits at the gym where you met her. Because like I said, what's going to happen is familiarity. She's going to get too comfortable with you just talking to her in the gym. And the thing is, what I was going to say with that is you want to make sure that even when you interact in the gym, you keep it to a minimum. You don't want to like start talking to her all the time in the gym, because I'm telling you, it's gonna dry out really quick. Even if she has a huge crush on you and she's like, wow, like, you know, he's so awesome and everything, it's gonna become like a fantasy. And if you wait too long, what's gonna happen is you're gonna kind of like burst the bubble, and then she's gonna be like, oh no, I'm too comfortable just talking to him in the gym. Comfort zone is a bitch. Comfort zone will sabotage your potential relationship with a lady. Because when a woman becomes comfortable, it's very hard for her to get out of it. The best way to get a woman out of her comfort zone is as soon as possible. When I say as soon as possible, without rushing her, but what I'm trying to say is do not let her get comfortable with the dynamic that she has with you. Because the moment she gets comfortable with that, it's like she's gonna like see you as a gym buddy. Okay? Now the other thing I was gonna say is when you meet a girl at the gym, you gotta let her come to you. Don't like, even if it was super nice that you two like met and that you two get along super well, don't be that guy that like comes to the gym and you go right away rush to her when you see her, or you go like to see her to give her a hug or like get touchy or whatever, because it's gonna make her feel uncomfortable. You gotta remember, she goes to the gym to train, or at least that's what I presume. She goes to the gym to train, right? Not to just socialize. And that's specifically also for women that are serious about their training. You're gonna burn your chances really fast if she sees that every time she comes, you go to her all the time to talk to her. She's gonna get overwhelmed. She's gonna, like, let's be honest, if you do that right now when it's just the beginnings, imagine how it's gonna be when you're in a relationship with her. That means that you're gonna try to control her. You're insecure. You're too needy. Like, it doesn't make sense. You're at the gym to train. You know, you're not there to start like chit-chatting all the time. It doesn't mean you guys cannot have little conversations here and there, but you guys should be focusing on what you're supposed to do. However, if she comes to you, that's a different story. If every time she sees you at the gym and she cannot help herself but come to you, because that's how women are, when they like a guy, as much as they try to ignore him, they will eventually fold. And I know that might make some women mad, but it's a fact. And I can guarantee you, because I'm living it. Like, you know, it's like there are women, they cannot resist coming up to you. They will see you, they will be the first to come up to you to be like, hey, how's it going? Like, how's your workout doing and everything? And like, you know, trying to find like doors to like start communicating more with you. So do not fold, my guy. And when I say do not fold, I'm not saying you can never say hi to her, but be self-aware that like, yo, it's overwhelming for a person that like constantly the person comes to them. Like, I'll be honest, even me as an influencer, I try as much as possible to be low-key sometimes. Like, there's certain gyms where pretty much the whole gym knows me, and like I have a demeanor, and you know, people also, that's what I like with people, especially because people know I'm not to be fucked with. Like, I don't tolerate bullshit, but I appreciate the people that are surrounding me or that like appreciate me, because they respect the fact that when I come in the gym, it's to create content, it's to train, it's to better myself, it's to become the best version of myself, so I can transfer that knowledge to other people, whether it's through social media, through one-on-one coaching, etc. So that I really love that, because I've dealt with some people that like I had to say like, look, I'm trying to train, but I don't always like I don't feel like overwhelmed where like, fuck, the person always comes talk to me. But I'm gonna be honest, it's also my demeanor that's doing that. Because if I was always like free floating and like always open, yeah, like people would come all the time, talk to me, ask me questions about like, oh, could you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And it's like, I can't live my life. So it's the same thing with a woman, but even worse is that you as a man, it could get intimidating for a woman when a guy constantly comes to her and always tries to talk to her. She's like, you know what's gonna happen? Every time she's gonna go to the gym, she's gonna be like, oh, is he gonna come talk to me again? Is he gonna come talk? Because you're not letting her breathe. So you gotta let her, like, when she goes to the gym, see it as it's her gym time. It's her time for her. So you gotta let her come to you. That's very important. If you go up to her all the time, and I don't want you to think of it like, fuck, I went up to her once. Relax. You went up to her once, even twice, relax. But after that, yes, like, wake up, like, let her be. And when I say twice, I mean, I actually mean, like, let's say the day itself. Look, if you really had something to say, go. But at a certain point, like, look, leave it for another time. Like, you don't need to say everything now. Like, no, that's what I tell some guys that I coach. It's in the gym. Like, honestly, one time is enough. And that's if it's the first time. If you're trying to do an interaction, like you're meeting a woman, that means you never talked to her before. You want to talk to her one time. You go up to her one time. That's it. The interaction was nice. Cool. She wants to talk to you again. She smiles at you. Cool. Fine. Max, another time. But after that, you need to cut it out, man. Because then she's going to think you're annoying. She's going to think you're annoying, and then she's going to be like, fuck this guy. I cannot deal with this guy. He's too much. Okay? And then the next time, I would say just do your own stuff. If you guys see each other, you can smile, say hi, how are you? Leave it at that. Don't try to start up a conversation. It's, you know, in the gym, it's very easy for women to see that you're trying hard to please her or to get her attention. So that's why you gotta let the woman come to you. Let her come to you, she'll come. Don't worry. If she's interested in you. Now, the final point I was gonna say, if like, let's say you meet a girl in your own gym, is and it's gonna sound savage, and it's gonna sound like maybe some, I know guys are gonna be like, oh shit, okay. I know some lady will be like, oh yeah, like thirsty, huh? It's like, no, it's not about that. It's about proper dynamics. Is when you meet a lady at the gym, you want as soon as possible to keep most of the interactions outside of the gym. That means if you talk outside of the gym. If you hang out outside of the gym. Don't hang out in the gym. Why? And this is where I'm going to bring out the term that I've invented in regards to, like, it's like the gym version of being friend zoned. It's if you don't do what I told you to try to, like, get her out, you know, outside of the gym, so you two can hang out outside of the gym, you will end up in the flex zone. Yes, you heard, the flex zone. What's the flex zone? That means that you'll be the guy that will give her the validation she needs in the gym to feel like she's desired. You know, she'll take gym pics with you. She'll flex with you. When you'll post it on social media, because people think whatever they want, they'll be like, oh shit, are these two fucking? Are these two seeing each other? Are these two dating? You obviously, it's gonna bump your ego as well, because you're gonna be like, yeah, I put this picture with this hot girl. Yeah, but you know deep down that there's nothing going on. And that's what it is. Same thing as the friend zone. It's the flex zone. You two will be flexing together at the gym, but there's nothing substantial happening between you two. There's no real deep connection. And that's what you're going to get, my friend, if you don't try to get her out of the gym ASAP after you met her. So I'll be honest with you. You meet a woman that you like in the gym, you guys exchange Instagrams, you exchange with her a bit, or even phone number, whatever. Like, but I know today people are more comfortable with Instagram. Even me, I don't like giving my number because my phone gets like so many notifications from all the apps that it's true that, like, I'd rather like Instagram, because Instagram, it's like I have to go on the app or whatever. Whereas my phone, it's more direct. But anyways, it's just to get back to the point. You exchange with the lady a little bit via text or DMs. You ask her out for coffee or a light plan or an activity. Oh yeah, you do not waste time. Within a week, my friend, you do not waste time. Because let me tell you something. If the lady likes you, she will cooperate. I love to use that word because it sounds military. She will cooperate. Okay? If you don't like that term, you can say she'll agree. But me, I'll say she'll cooperate. Because she likes you. If she doesn't really like you, she'll flake. She'll say like, oh, I'm really busy, maybe another time. No, you got the message. It means on to the next one. You don't waste your time with that. That's just waste of energy. And if you do that, my guy, you will save yourself tremendous pain, tremendous waste of time. And when I say pain, it's for those guys that get rapidly attached. Because I mean, if you're a guy that's very cool with yourself, it's just that you're clumsy with gym and dating, then yeah, no, it won't be painful, but you'll still waste time, and it's annoying. You don't want to waste time. Me, with everything that's flying for me more and more, I'm not wasting 1 second of my life with bullshit. I'm not wasting 1 second of my life. So yeah, ask her out as ASAP, you know, like to hang out. And you'll see, if she really likes you, she'll be more than happy to hang out with you. And what will happen is the dynamic will flip. Meaning, you guys will be more used to seeing each other outside of the gym than in the gym. And that's how you can develop proper dating dynamics with a lady that you met at the gym. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave a like, maybe send in the comments your own experience. Don't forget to subscribe, like that you won't miss the future videos. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.